it's 1 o'clock, so let's get into the swing of it. So today we're gonna look at everything we can do in messages. So guys, there's quite a few things we can do with messengers, and I'm gonna come from messengers working on the iPhone, most important on the iOS, but also we're gonna look at the messages on the Mac OS as well. So I'm gonna start with the basic messages layout. So I'm just going to go with a new message, and I'm going to address this new message to myself for now. So I'm just going to type in my number, as my number is connected to it as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in, let me go with DigiCape. So it's easy. I just type in and I tap on the send button and it will just send as per normal, right? But you can take it a step further than that. So if I now say DigiCap, now instead of tapping on the send button, if I tap hold on the send button, on the blue arrow, then it will give me different options. So I can go with invisible, or let me start from the top. I can go with slam, where the message will slam onto the canvas. I can go with loud, where it almost like it's screaming out. I can go with gentle with a smaller text, and I can go with invisible ink, where it will where somebody have to rub it out. Let me just send that one and show you guys. If I rub on it, and it of course it shows the word. Alternatively, I can also, if I tap hold on the send again, you will see at the top it gives me the bubble as well as the screen option. So if I tap on screen, it will give me all the different effects. But now at the bottom, it gives me all these different options that I can select, or dots which I can select, the effects that I can select on that message. So if I swipe from right to left, it will give me the other effect, which is my spotlight. I can go to the balloons. I can go to the confetti and blowing up a big hot balloon. And I can do this whole lasers, and I can go with this whole fireworks display as well. You can also achieve this by typing certain words as well, guys. So say for instance, I should just go in and type, say, happy birthday. If I type in happy birthday and I send that message, you will see it will automatically start sending the balloons, right? So there we go. So now if I should now go and say, um, happy new year, and I send, then it will start doing the fireworks display. You guys can even play if you say congratulations, the confetti will come through. Or even if you like send, there's another one that I picked up the other day, where if you type in pew pew, then it will give you like the laser display, right? So you can do all these types of things like by just typing in those words automatically. But besides doing all of that, you also have what they call stickers, right? So at the bottom of my send bar, you will see that there's all of these little icons at the bottom, and those are your stickers. So say for instance, I want to now send an image as a sticker. I can go into my photos icon and it will give me all of my photos, which I can add on by just dragging it onto the message. Or you can even go with third-party ones as well. So I'm going to go into the third-party ones. You can purchase straight onto the App Store, and you will see that the App Store icon is there, right? So if I tap on the App Store, it will give me all the different stickers that I can purchase. There are ones that you can just get for free and so on. So you guys can check it out. So I'm just going to get out of my app store. And guys, as you know it, or maybe many of you know it, I'm a bit of a big gamer. So I've got some stickers that comes from some of my games. So yeah, I've got the Destiny stickers. So if I want to add in a sticker, all I can do is I can go into that option there, and then I can just tap and drag that sticker onto the message, right? So the ones that came with my iPhone, I can go into those ones as well, and I can drag those stickers also on. Like say for instance, I want to take a sticker of my emojis, and I can now take that and drag that on as well. So that, and I can drag it on, and that will then add those stickers to my messages as well. Now, besides doing the stickers and doing the messages and adding on all the effects, if I turn my iPhone a landscape view, so if I go into my message view and I turn landscape view, then you will see at the bottom it automatically brings up the little handwriting symbol. So if I go on that, and it will give me the chance to do a handwritten a message. And yet at the bottom, they give you certain examples as well. So say, for instance, I should take thank you. Um, and I can write further on it, and I can say for joining, and I can click on the arrow to extend it, joining us. Done. So there we go. And then I can add that on as well. Okay. I'm going to turn it again to my portrait view. So now sending in handwritten messages, and of course you can see also under my message viewer. There we go. You will see that there's a little symbol there next to it that's almost like it looks like a sound wave. So that is if you want to do voice recordings and so on. So if I tap and hold, thanks again, guys, for joining us. And that is we'll then do like a handwritten. You can play it back and so on. And I can then send it if I want to, or I can re-record it, delete it, and re-record it. So these messages, of course, you can see it's repeating as it is now sent to myself, but I want to delete it. So it's quite easy to delete messages. If I tap hold and I go to more, and you'll see there's little bubbles that will come up next to the messages. I can just tap on it, and at the bottom I can just go on and delete them. Okay, so on. And I can just tap on the trash can at the bottom or forward them, but now in this case I'll just delete them, and there we go. So that is now just from a message point of view. So now, guys, um, let's look at how I am able to say customize it or even send group messages. So now say for instance, I want to customize the way I look like and so on, or even, yeah, just overall my name and so on. I can, if I am in my message view, I can tap on edit, and I can go to edit name and photo. So if I tap on that, it takes me into my edit window, can change my name and so on. And this is how it will be displayed. And I can tap on the edit button to change my image and so on. I can put in my memojis. I can put on other images and so on as well, straight from my photos, etc. So that is how I can customize that side. Now, if I now decide to say, for instance, the nice thing the about messages is that I can do group messages as well. So if I tap on new message and say, for instance, I'm just going to add a few people on, and I'm going to add my wife's name on. Okay. And you always want to go with the blue ones. You know, the blue ones is to send an iMessage, right? So you don't want to go with the green option to send the SMSs, but that is now only if you are, if you if you come to the point where you want to send to somebody who's got an iPhone, an iPad, or even a Mac. Of course, when it comes to SMSs, is for people that don't have non who only have non-Apple devices. But I'm going to go and forward this to people who only have iPhones or Apple devices. So I'm going to go and add in another friend of ours. And I'm going to add in my sister as well, you know. Nothing beats family to know that they use Apple devices if one of the family members are Apple trainers. Just saying. So now that we've got everything added, so and I'm just gonna say, hi guys, and now all of them will receive that message. But you will see at the top, it everybody's got like a bubble, and it shows there three people, and you can see one of the message have come through, and it says to everyone that's included in the message on her iPhone. So now, if I go and I say tap on that, on the three people at the top, you will see that there's an arrow there. If I tap on that and I go to info, then I can see all the people that are in there. But not only that, I can go in and change the name of the group. So if I tap on change name and photo, I can give it a nice little photo. I'm going to give it a nice rose because these are all beautiful ladies, right? And now what I'm going to say, I'm going to call it um, my girls, and done. And there we go. And not only that, guys, I can go further with it as well. I can add additional people to it, or I can even send individual messages. So say, for instance, I want to send one specifically to my wife. I can tap on her name in the group and I can tap on send message. And that will then send only to her, which is part of the group. So that is the option now. Also say, for instance, I want to keep this always at the top. The nice thing about iOS 14 is that you can now pin messages as well. So if I swipe from left to right on my message, then I can pin it. Okay, so it will always stay at the top. So even if I go into sending new messages or so on, I'm going to go to reply to Alan Goldberg and I'm going to say, thank you. And send. And now if I go back, you will see even Alan is now at the top, but my girls will always stay there as well. So if I wanted to, I can select Alan's message and pin that as well, and that will go to the top. You can go up to 16 messages you can pin at the top, okay, in terms of pinning messages. Alternatively, if you finished with it, you can go to say, for instance, you want to jump out of that group altogether. Then I can go into it. I can tap on the top by the arrow and info. And then I can now go as far as leave the conversation. And that will then close the group down or leave the group if I wasn't the person who made it, or if I'm just part of the group members. The other thing as well is what makes it so good is I can go as far as even send my current location to them. So if I type on send on current location, it will then send the current location to them. You can see there it pops up, right? Or I can even share my current location. So if I go to info, I can also share my current location with him as well. Okay, so that it's all built into the messages. Quick access instead of you going to the one thing, jumping to the other thing, like you would do with I think you can't do the same thing with WhatsApp. So now that we know that what we can do with our iOS devices in terms of working with messengers, let's look at what we can do on the Mac side of things. So this time around, I'm going to leave that open and I'm going to messengers on my Mac. So as you can see, everything that I've done on the side in terms of creating my group is all there in the naming of it and so on. There's a few other things that I can achieve with messages on the Mac, and that is screen sharing, right? So instead of people using TeamViewer, you can then start using messengers as an option to share screens. And what makes it so good is that you can also do voice at the same time of doing the screen sharing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share screens with Alan. And because Alan's got two displays, you will see how handy this becomes where I can actually view the one, view the other, or even view both at the same time. So to do the screen sharing through messages, all you do is you first connect with your recipient. So you go with the new messages and you type in the name of the recipient. Keep in mind that name should be saved in your contacts, and then you can just select it, and it must be an iMessage. So if it comes up as blue, then you know that you're on the right track. If it comes up as green, then you won't be able to do the screen sharing. So now if you click on the arrow, you can click on ask to share or even invite to share my screen. This way, the person can view your screen. And the other way is that you can view their screen. So now ask to share screen. Now that request is being sent through to Alan Goldberg.
I've accepted.
Okay. And here you can see now the screen has popped up. So here we've got, uh, I'm now able to access the screen, click on buttons on the screen, and basically use it as just another computer that I'm working through. Now I can, because Alan's got two screens on it, I can select either or any of the screens. I can also go to the displays button at the top and choose which display I want to use. So if I want to now select only the laptop display, and if I now go to displays again, I can choose the secondary display. So I can even switch to different displays as well. I'm going to go to both again. So I can control the screens at the moment, but I can also click on observe. Now this way I won't be able to control it. All the control is up to the actual user. Um, yeah, so those are the options that I have. Also on the user side, they can do certain other options as well, where they can only let me observe or give me control and so on. So that is another benefit of running um, messages on your Mac. Oh, there you can see the Alan has paused the screen. You can do other things in the background without me even knowing, and unpause it again and give me access to the screen again. So you as the end user can still have full control over the person who is controlling your screen. So now also we are able to share uh, files from one computer to the next by simply dragging and dropping them from one screen to the next. So yeah, I've got a PDF sitting on my display or on my desktop, and I want to move it to Alan's desktop, which is fairly easy. I just click, drag it across, hold it there for a second, and when I release, it will then show that it's now copied across. Now, also, if I want to now take a file from his computer over to mine, I can click, hold, drag that file to the edge over to my side, and you will see that it appears on my desktop. If I release, it will start copying. Of course, this file is a bit of a big one, but if I ever want to now terminate that copying, I can just go and close it down within my file transfer window. And that is how another thing that we can do during our screen sharing.
Thanks, Angela. Just a quick question. When you say screen sharing, are you then allowing the person you give access to do anything on your machine?
Yes, Sabachi, it's up to your request. They will actually give you the option to say, do you want to view the screen or do you want to give full control? So you as the person can then say, they can only view the screen and not give full control. And even in the time when they're busy with the screen, you still have the option to turn it on or off.
Okay. And thanks for that. And while they actually working on your screen, are you able to record? Let's say they're showing you to do something. Are you able to record that at the same time?
Sure, you can. If you use, I think you can do it in the application, but you can even use QuickTime Player. If you open QuickTime Player and you say screen recording,
Yeah.
then you can record the process of what they're doing on that. That's actually an awesome idea as well.
Or
Yeah,
even
because
Command Shift 5. Command
sorry.
Shift 5 will let you
Yeah,
choose
come
to
on.
take a
Sorry, the
screen.
shortcut.
Yeah.
Command, yeah, sorry, Alan just beat me to it. Command Shift 5, the shortcut. We've done it before.
Okay.
The screen's recording or screenshot, but you've got a record button to it as well. Yeah, sorry, my school brain kicked in and not my Mac brain.
Okay, well,
School
thanks.
brain is, if it's complicated, it works. Mac brain, if it's not complicated, it will definitely work.
Thanks, Angela.
Sure, man, call.
Angelo,
Yes, sir,
on
Kobus.
my message, when I open it up, then there's a subject heading. Am I using an incorrect version? I
No,
sometimes
sir,
put in the subject there,
I didn't
and
go
then it just
into
puts in.
it. I'm just going to quickly share my screen. I'm just going to show you this quickly. So inside of your Messenger settings, right? So if you go to settings and you go to messengers,
Yeah.
you have the option to turn off subject or keep it on. So here at the bottom, here you will see that it says show subject field. So mine is turned off, but if you want to, then you can turn it on to make it more formal. And seeing that we are on the
Oh, okay.
settings, you also have the option to send read receipt if you want to send a read receipt to people or you want them to see that you have read their messages. But you can also do it on an individual basis as well, guys. So this is in general. If you want to do it for individual basis, if you go to your messengers, say I want to now, under the My Girls group, want them to see my read receipts, then I can go into their group, and I see it's not under the group side, but I'm very sure it's under individual then. So if I go to, I go to my one, info, then you will see there it says send read receipt. So you can go into the individual person, but not the group, I reckon, because it's a group. But into individual, you can select the send read receipt as well. One more thing, you would notice that it comes onto the lock screen, your messages. Normally, you can also disable that notification. So you only want to be in there if you want to view or in the home screen, you want to view your messages. Then you can go to your settings and under notifications setting, you can scroll down to messengers, and there you can then choose to show preview always, or you can change it to say when unlocked, when you're out of the lock screen, or never. Yeah, I'd rather go with one of these two. Yeah. Sorry that I didn't look at the settings. It was actually on my list. Thanks for pointing that out, Kobus.
Ange, can I add something, please?
Sure.
I think one thing, you didn't have the ability to show the bubbles and the rockets and all the stickers and the groups in your Mac OS. With Mac OS 11 with Big Sur, when that comes out, the entire messages that's on the iPad is going to come across to the Mac. So everything that you can do on the iPad, you will be able to do on the Mac. That's the first thing. They'll be identical. The second thing is, one of the things that you couldn't do before iPad OS 14 was you couldn't reply to individual messages. So as in WhatsApp, for example, you can select a message and reply directly to that message. If you've got a message, I think if you press and hold, Ange, on one of your iPhone messages, you can do a regular reply by just adding to the long list of the conversation that's gone on, or you can reply directly to a particular message. I don't think you covered tap back as well, where you press and hold and you can do the thumbs up heart.
So guys, if you have a message and you want to now respond to it quickly, you can tap on it and it will give you those options at the top to, it's like a quick tap back. So if I say thumbs up with that one, then it will do a thumbs up on that message. guys, whatever challenges you find after the questions being answered, please just forward it to myself or to Alan, more to myself than to Alan, because Alan is extremely busy. I want to still add more. But please forward it to us, forward it to the team, and we can do some further research. Beautiful people, it's always a pleasure and an honor to serve you. Thank you very much. God bless, and all of the best to all of you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Angela.
Cheers, Ange. Cheers, Manny. Neil. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.